Hello and welcome back to Minecraft. Today is episode 7 and we're starting off today in front of the TNT dropper for the slime farm. So I filled up all the dispensers with a stack of TNT. It took quite a long time because obviously I needed a whole bunch of gunpowder which meant I had to AFK over there. And I also had to get a whole bunch of sand as well from the desert. Unfortunately I managed to break my shovel, but fortunately, because I now have a villager that sells mending, it was relatively easy to get that back up and running. So, first thing we're going to do today is we are going to set this off and hope that it doesn't break, and hope that it does exactly what I want it to do. So I'm a bit nervous. I've increased the timing slightly to try and prevent exploding TNT exploding other TNT. So hopefully it should be fine, but the only way we're going to find that out is by testing it. So, are we ready? Whew, get myself psyched up. Right, let's go. I'm just going to do it. Let's go. Can activate it. Here it goes. It's going. It's going. So, okay. Well, they all seem to activate, blow up at the same time, with reason, and it's not going too fast. In fact, it could be a bit faster, but. Okay, so it seems to be going fine. Hopefully a stack will be enough to get it right down to bedrock. I would imagine it is. I'm definitely going to have to do something about the edges because I don't think it quite covers the entire area. I think it's a bit more spaced out. I might have to do some digging afterwards. But okay, so I'm going to let this do this for a bit, and then I'll get back to you in a minute. Right, so the TNT dropping machine has made some pretty good progress. We're down to Y14 right now, which is pretty good. Except now it can't dig any deeper because the TNT doesn't reach. I'm being attacked by a skeleton. So the options are either lower this down a few blocks so that we kind of get down a bit lower, or just dig it out by hand. Now I have to dig out the walls anyway because size-wise, the area needs to be the chunk plus 3 blocks on each side, so that the slimes can kind of jump off. Which means that I'm going to have to dig out at least 3 blocks on every side here, because I managed to clear out a chunk-sized space very nicely, but it hasn't done the edges so much. I thought the explosions would be bigger and have more of an effect, but that's certainly something to remember for next time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go grab my beacon, set up in the middle here, clear out the edges, and then make my decision about whether or not I'm going to dig down much further or how much further I'm going to dig down. Okay, so the beacon's in place. Fortunately, it does reach up this far. I was a bit worried it might not. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to level out the edge. So it's all kind of flat, and then I'm then going to dig down from there so that it's it's a bit easier to work with that way. Is that a skeleton without a bow? Oh no, it does have a bow. It's just holding it to its side. I'm quite happy that I have seen a couple of slimes spawn already, with 21 slime balls, which is good because it kind of confirms that it is a slime chunk. It would be a bit disappointing after all this effort if I found out that actually it was the wrong place or something like that. So that's good. So I'm going to get on with digging, and hopefully it shouldn't take too long. But there's quite a lot to dig out, so it might take a couple of repairs of my pickaxe to get it all done. But we'll see. Let's get going. Okay then, so, quick update. I've brought all of the edges down to Y equals 67. However, I'm going to have to make quite a few trips, I think, when digging this down to go and get my tools repaired, because my pickaxe is already pretty dead. Is that a dungeon? There's a dungeon down here. I didn't even notice it. Let's have a look. What kind of dungeon is it? It's a zombie dungeon with some random stuff in it. Oh, look at that! Power 5 book and some diamond horse armor. That's interesting. But that's cool. Well, that's good. I didn't even notice that. I'm glad it kind of just skimmed it. Well, I'll be digging into it a bit anyway, so I can kind of decide what I'm going to do with the chests a bit later. But anyway, good progress is being made. I do need to go and repair my pickaxe. I think I'll do that now before I kind of forget and end up breaking it like I did with my shovel. I've got a wandering trader who's just been visiting me the entire time. He's been getting in my way, but not too bad. There's a slime down there as well, so it certainly is working. So I'm going to get on with digging. I probably won't update until I get to the end because it's quite a long way down, and it's not very exciting just seeing because I'm down here now. So I'll update when I get back down to the end. It'll probably be quite a few repair trips, but hopefully it shouldn't take too long. Okay then. The walls have been cleared right down to Y14. I think this is where I am now, which is good. There's a couple of ghost blocks up there that need to go. I thought they fixed that, but anyway. So the next step, I'm going to clear out the TNT droppery thingy, and then I need to decide exactly where I'm going to put my platforms for obviously the slime spawning, and then I need to think about how it is I'm going to kill the slimes and gather the slime balls. Probably going to be some kind of water system, I assume. Water and maybe magma. I'm not entirely certain. But that sounds probably like what I'm going to do. This top area could definitely do with tidying up, because it'll be very hard to make this look nice. So I'm going to have to do something with it. Try and maybe do some terraforming, shape the land a bit, and maybe, I don't know, it'll all have to be decorated eventually. But that's certainly going to be a big task. I want to get the slime farm kind of up and running first before I do that. So, next thing is to clear out the TNT dispenser set up at the top, and then figure out exactly where to put the top platform, and then build the platforms from there on. Okay then, so let's go with that. It took quite a bit longer than anticipated, but the slime spawning platforms are now in place, which is good. There are 7 platforms per chunk, including a ground platform that will be defined by the water channels. And so the next step is to sort out the torches, because I believe torches still prevent slime spawning, which will lower the efficiency of the farm. And then from there, I then need to build the water channels that will take the slimes to the killing area. From there, the slime balls will then be taken up probably a water channel or something, to a storage system somewhere in this area here, I think. Sounds like a good idea to me. And then all that it requires to be done then is kind of tidy up the edges and sort of decorate everything from there. So I'm going to get on with digging out the water channels and designing the killing area. So I'm just trying to clear out all the slimes before I start digging, and I've just managed to get myself an army of baby slimes that are all following me around. It's great. Okay then, so all the water channels are dug out around the slime spawning platforms. That slime is going to come and get me. I've designed the decoration and the walls in a creative world, so that hopefully once it's all done, once this is up and running and working with automatic slime killing, I should just be able to go around and gather resources, and then it should be a relatively quick process to get this looking nice, because at the moment it looks very bland and industrial. I've got quite a nice design ready to go. So what I've done is effectively the 3 platforms all channel into this central area, where all the slimes and slime balls will be funneled down into a water stream at the bottom there, or hoppers, and then from there it will be sent to the storage system. I haven't fully designed that yet, but that can wait for now. I'm going to basically line the entire floor with magma blocks, because any other method of killing, there's a potential for lossage, whereas magma blocks are very safe, and having it basically lined all over means that there's not going to be any backing up or any problems like that. And it should be quite effective, I hope. So I'm going to get on with putting in the water and the magma, and then I'm going to start gathering resources to actually get this thing looking nice. The water streams are now in place. That means that functionally the slime farm is done-ish. Slimes can drop down and be killed, and the slime balls will gather up against this wall here. The only thing really that needs to be done is a collection system of some kind to put them into a chest. Apart from that, it's mostly done, which is good. It does need to be more efficient, I think, and I've got plans for that with the decoration, because in my design I've incorporated iron golems in the walls here, which will attract the slimes, and they will fall down more quickly than they would do randomly, because at the moment it's just entirely down to chance whether or not they jump off, which means that slimes won't spawn as fast because obviously they're not dying as quickly, and it's a major loss of efficiency. In the design, I'm not entirely certain if slimes spawn on glowstone, but I'm assuming that they will, because I have no other way of lighting up the platforms without it looking terrible. So I'm going to compromise efficiency for looks, I think, when it comes to the platform design. But it'll be worth it, because the design I've got, it'll fit really nicely with my base, but also stand out in its own unique way. I've kind of incorporated a common theme from my base design, and I've kind of made it a bit more unique as well. So it'll look really nice when it's all done. But next step, I think I need to start gathering a whole bunch of materials to start building with, and then we can start getting this place looking much tidier and less of just a pit, really. At the moment, it does look like I've just carved out 4 chunks worth of space, which I suppose I kind of have done, but it just doesn't look very good at the moment. So we'll certainly get a move on and get it looking much better. Okay, so I've been out and I've gathered a lot of resources ready to decorate the slime farm. I've managed to fill up, well, mostly fill up, 7 shulker boxes full of stuff. And here we are, you can see them all. So I've got lights, wood, sandstones of all kinds, and glass and stuff like that. So as you can probably tell from the contents of my shulker boxes, the main block palette for the slime farm is going to be sort of sandstone, glowstone, glass, that sort of thing. And it's going to look really nice. I've built it all up in a creative world, so I know how it looks. I've got an idea of how I'm going to build it. It looked quite nice. It kind of has a sort of temple-y vibe to it, which is quite nice. But you'll see it all in a bit once I've got it all built up. I don't know if this is enough. I didn't work out the amount of resources that I would need because I couldn't be bothered to do that. So all I've done is to just gone out and just grabbed a load of stuff, and hopefully it'll last me quite a while and take me through at least a couple of layers of my slime farm. Anyway, so let's get all this stuff over there, pick it all up and take it over to the building site, and then we can get building. Right, so we're back at the slime farm. I've got all of my shulker boxes all lined up here. I have noticed, and I have come to the realization, that all these platforms are going to be destroyed soon anyway, so it was a bit of a waste of time building them. But anyway, I've done it now. It's too late. I'm going to start from the bottom when building. I'm going to start doing these platforms first and then work my way up, because that way I can spend as little time walking around the magma as possible. I've decided that I'm going to actually put my storage room in this area up here, because the slime farm only comes up to about Y40, I think, and there's going to be all this space that I can fill in and do stuff with, so I think that might be a good place. And I also discovered that if I did put it in the area in the middle, it just makes it feel really cramped and you don't get a nice view of anything. It just fills it all up and you don't really see it all. So instead, I've got a nice mural to go on the wall there instead. So I think I might break out my other camera and we can do this in the form of a third-person time-lapse. Okay, so the slime farm is looking good. We've made some great progress in the time lapse, so it's all looking really nice now. It's not quite finished. As you can see, there's along all the walls there's little alcoves. I'm planning on putting iron golems in those so that the slimes will kind of try and will path to them and then fall down into the gaps. I also want to put glass in the front because that will stop slimes from getting caught on the ledges as well. So what I'm going to do next, although it's probably going to be next episode at this point, is I'm going to put a floor up here, a glass floor, and then I've been thinking that I'm going to put farms in this space because this is a massive space still, and more farms is just better. So we could definitely have like maybe a cactus farm, maybe a bamboo farm, and maybe other types of farms like a villager potato farm, villager powered potato farm. I'm not entirely certain. Haven't decided that yet, but it's looking pretty good. Oh, there's also I want to put like a bit giant slime face there as well. Would be nice. One major issue that I haven't implemented yet is I haven't actually put any system to gather the slime balls. So at the moment they just kind of gather down there and despawn. But I have almost a whole double chest full of slime balls, so I'm not massively fussed about that right now. But it's certainly something I'll have to rectify soon. But anyway, it's been pretty good this episode. This whole process of building this, I think, took around about 15 hours, which is a very, very long time. And obviously having to work around real life stuff, that's why this episode is taking such a long time to come out. But anyway, I think we're done for today, because I would like to go and do something else for a bit. This has taken a lot of time. So I think we're done for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!